Okay, let us start now. A warm welcome to our board masters, Brother Joe Huang, Hualien Dharma team, and brothers and sisters around the globe to Saturday Hualien Dharma Talk. A very good morning. Let us start the session for today. Okay, today I would like to share a short accepted master's speech. Time is precious. Make the most out of your life. How rare it is that you all have the affinity to gather here again, together in the abode to learn the Dharma. This is the place of origin of the Bodhisattva path, where everyone must learn to enter the realms of humanity. My physical health is unsustainable since my age is catching up. I would feel exhausted dealing with daily world affairs. Taking stock of myself, I must still stand tall, for time is precious and we must be well utilized. I would make the most out of my life by teaching Dharma to relieve the sentient beings. 感恩 for Master's teaching. Now let us send our sincere prayers into the 10 directions. May the Saha land be free from disaster and peace prevails in the world. Let us sing the prayer song with sincere piousness.
In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. All my heart is filled with sincere prayer. From all corners of the world, let us join our hearts and pray for a world of harmony and peace. In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. May all the Buddhas hear my prayer. All united with one heart, let us end our hate with love. May there be no suffering hereafter.
May all minds be purified. May there be peace in the community. May there be no disaster in this world. Now let us pray together for universal love and blessing. With loving respect, gratitude, and confidence, let us wish every person in our lives a healthy body, an enlightened mind, and a total fulfillment in universal love. Now let us expand this consciousness to include every person in the world, every being in the universe. Let our unified love make this wonderful world even better. Let us all immerse ourselves in the joyful embrace of universal love. Before we hear the wonderful sharing, let us invite our both masters to lead us in paying homage to the Triple Gems. Let us pay our respect for these teachings and explanations to the Buddha and Master Cheng Yen by making 3 sincere bows. Please rise. Thumbs together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. And a bow to our beloved Abode Masters who could join us today. Okay, today we have Brother Joe, who will be sharing on the Dharma Insights, and followed by Brother David Liu on the Q&A session. Now let us invite Sister Su Ching for weekly summary.感恩 everyone. Sister Su Ching, over to you.感恩.
Okay, let me find this and share. Okay, last week, Brother Joe said, reminds us, do your best, wish well for all, but don't cling to outcomes. This is true independence, standing tall. On life's journey, paths may seem long, winding, confusing, yet stay strong. Master's way is clear and straight, free from burdens of doubt and fate. We're given tools along the way, but sometimes fail to see the day, fixated on one single view, when just left or right, new paths ensue. With hearts open wide, we find the doors, infinite Dharma and wisdom pause. Like house hunters with many choices, detached from desires, hear inner voices. Not all teachings will we grasp, yet step by step we learn, we clasp. Experiences shared and stories told, each a lesson and each a mold. Turn the Dharma wheel, release the string, free from afflictions, free from pain. Gather each drop, each lesson learned, and in time make choices earned. Then we had Sister Lim Kim Yan, who was talking about her experience in Bulgaria. 9 villages, 8 schools, 12 monasteries stand. Health screenings reach out across the land. 1,700 lives they seek to mend and heal, to make the weak strong and unique. Alcohol abuse is a widespread bane, a cycle of harm repeated again. After each screening, they teach the cost of alcohol's damage and lives lost. Kidneys suffers and livers cry. And the kidneys suffer, the liver cries, health and families torn by lies. Alcohol is an escape that leads to more pain. Cheaply brewed brings only strain. With simple ways, the truth is shown. The volunteer show the places where harm is known. The cost is counted of rupees spent. When lives are transformed, new hopes are lent. Villagers learn and share their ways, encouraging each other day by day. Tea in place of alcohol sway, given with love, showing a new way. Though some return to the old refrain, volunteers persist through joy and pain. A journey hard, but change is near. Villagers transformed and lives made clear. With perseverance and heart so true, a brighter future comes into view. Thank you for listening. Okay, let me stop sharing. And Sister Stephanie, you'll be introducing our speakers.
感恩 Sister Su Ching. 感恩 Sister Su Ching for another wonderful recap of our last Saturday session. So very good morning to all the brothers and sisters. Welcome to another session of our Saturday morning Hualien Dharma sharing. And well, what better to do to start this morning with great insights from Brother Joe. Brother Joe, the platform is yours.感恩.
Okay.
Good morning,
thank
Rachel.
you, Sister. Good morning. Yeah, good morning, Sister Stephanie, and good
Good
morning,
morning.
everybody. Once again, it's my pleasure, and it's also my honor to be here to share with you my thoughts about Dharma, specifically these couple of weeks and months that we've been sharing on the weekly Saturday morning session have been focused on the Sutra of Infinite Meanings, and we're taking a very slow approach. I don't think there's any urgency in terms of trying to speed it through. What I really wanted to do is to really go deeper and dive deeper and trying to figure out and maybe see things that we didn't get to see before. Maybe get some understanding on the deeper meanings that we weren't able to see before. And it is also a journey for myself. I mean, it's this morning, the morning chanting, I mean, we're chanting Sutra of Infinite Meanings. The sutra itself isn't long, and you chant it all the time. But how much of it really goes in, and how much of it do we really understand? There is a difference between what goes in and what we understand. There are things that goes into our mind, and yet we might not fully understand it, but it still goes in. There are also things that we understand, but it doesn't mean that it will enter our mind, enter our consciousness on the more profound level. So there are always these, do we get it? And do we really get it? But I think as we immerse ourselves in more of these discussions, it is more likely that we put ourselves in a situation where we're able to be able to get it. You know, the more that we are immersing ourselves with these material, with these environments, that the more likely it is that something will go in and something that will sort of pop up. And one of the ways that Master taught us was that if we put it into our action, if this is something that we do every day, if this is something that we are constantly thinking about, then it is possible that it will become part of us the longer that we go, the longer that we immerse ourselves with it. And one of the simplest example that I can give you is the way that we're thinking about gratitude. Before, in the Chinese society, we were taught when we were growing up to say thank you, and that's 谢谢. And yet, when and that's through many years of education, of knowing that these are the things, that these are the etiquette that we should follow, and through many years of our upbringing, that's what we learned to do. Yet, as we come into Tzu Chi, I remember the first instances where everybody starts saying 感恩, and that's a way of showing gratitude, the very same way that you say thanks or thank you, but it's a little bit different, right? It's a little bit more mindfulness adding to it. And at first, obviously, most people will find it to be strange. Most people will find it to be uncommon. It is rare for people to say that they're grateful rather than just saying thank you. But as time goes on, and as you immerse yourself in this environment, that becomes something that's ingrained in you. That becomes something that's part of you. And you are automatically thinking about gratitude. You're automatically thinking about thankfulness at the same time that you're thinking about gratitude. And I think that is something that is an ingrained change. And that's what it means to be seeping into our minds and consciousness. And I think Dharma has the same way too. The more we're exposed to this, the more we're able to think about this, or guided, or led on to think or contemplate, the more that it's leaving its mark in our mind, in our consciousness, so that when we're thinking, or when we're doing, when we're processing all the things around us, when we're thinking, when we're debating, when we're just thinking about all these things that's happening, these ideas, these dharma will come out, and they will sort of engulf your mind, engulf your heart, such that when you're making these decisions, It will protect you from making the wrong decisions where it's coming out of your desires or your greed, etc. And that's very close to what we're going to be talking about today, because today we're coming back to the Sutra of Infinite Meanings. And previously, we're talking about all these great, wonderful disciples. But today we're moving on. So we've been talking about for months, for weeks, that the 80,000 Bodhisattva and Mahasattvas, why do we mention them? Because they have achieved greatness. And what is this greatness? They're able to achieve such a state where they can make profound vows. They're able to sustain that vow. They're able to persevere through a lot of challenges and difficulties. Well, how were they able to do that? How are they able to endure through the difficulties? Well, the Sutra of Infinite Meanings showed us these individuals and shared with us their stories, such that we will get to understand why and how they achieved such greatness. So we're moving on to the virtues, right? The very first chapter. And it was broken down into 5 parts. And we talked about this before. The very first, out of the 5, the first 3 was how to achieve greatness. And the next 2 parts, it's talking about, well, what do they do after achieving greatness? So how do you get to the peak? How do you get to that apex? How do you get to that top? And then what do you do after you get there? What do you do while getting there? And that is very important, right? So we hear these, when we see and when we read these biographies of great people in the past, it always share with us their stories as they are coming to achieve, right? How did they learn? How did they progress themselves on this journey of life? And then eventually they become to be so popular. They gain great success through something. Maybe it was an election. Maybe they become the president during a very difficult time. Maybe they were the president that turned the entire country around. Maybe they were such a wonderful entrepreneur where they hit that jackpot and was able to found one of the very important cornerstone of technology. All these stories goes on and on, right? So they eventually reach. So at first, we're talking about their upbringing, their childhood, the way that they're learning, and then the way that they're progressing in their career and their life, and eventually hit that top. Well, after you hit the top, there are going to be different challenges and problems rolling into you. So what do you do after that? Well, that's the 2 parts, right? So very similarly, here in the Sutra of Infinite Meanings, when we're chanting these wonderful stages of the past, not only do we get to see how they achieved the greatness, but we also see and hear what do they do after achieving greatness. So from the last time, we talked about comprehending the distinguish. They're able to distinguish the right from the wrong. They were able to understand, make a very precise understanding of what is black and what is white. So there is very little gray area. These wisdom, they're so wise that they're able to differentiate and distinguish. And that's very important. I mean, you wouldn't want a sage who couldn't tell, who couldn't differentiate the right from the wrong. And yes, you can tell me that sometimes the right and the wrong is circumstantial. I would agree. However, the sages were coming from the standpoint of wisdom. As we mentioned before, knowledge changes through ages and time. Wisdom doesn't. True wisdom doesn't change because time changes. I always talked about in the past, there were times when people thought that the earth was flat. And if you were to go against that idea, then you would be seen as somebody who is a heretic, who do not believe, who is crying foul of the science at the time. but it changes. Similarly, I would think that our understanding of our world or our universe might be changing, may change as we get more and more deeper into the entire knowledge base. But we're not there yet, so we wouldn't know that. But it is very possible that it could change. However, something like the truth, the wisdom, does not change. For example, the wisdom says that we should do good for others. That just goes without saying, whether it's in the past or it's in the future, whether the universe is upside down or right side up, it's still true that we should definitely follow. Okay, so in terms of wisdom, in terms of truth, the standpoint doesn't change. And therefore, even though we could say that, oh, in the past, it was not good, it was frowned upon, but now it is acceptable. Well, that's because people are changing. But the same wisdom should not change due to time changes. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say about that these sages were able to comprehend and distinguish. Okay, so knowing the capacities of people, knowing that what this world is going through, knowing what we understand and what we cannot understand, that these stages would have to teach us accordingly. If we believe very wholeheartedly that the world is flat and you're going to fall off as soon as the ship goes sailing beyond your vision range, and it's going to fall off the world. If everybody believes that is your very limited capacity, then how are you going to teach them? Well, if you're going to teach them the world is round, you might be burned, you might be locked up. That's not going to help your cause. So the sages would have to understand that people of this time, their capacity is limited. Therefore, you would have to choose your teachings very, very wisely, selectively. And that's called Dharani. Dharani is talking about that a certain individual has the capacity, has the power, the way to be able to convince, to portray, to teach, to lead, to guide. That's Dharani. And what that means is that you have all the means to teach, to lead, to guide, because you understand all the capacities of the people. You know that at this time, when we were little, our parents would know, our teacher would know, that telling you too much early on isn't going to help you understand this world. That's why when we were young, we were all told the stories of the Santa Claus, and we were all given hope that there are these fairy tales. Because at the time, our capacities weren't there, that we were still believing these things. But as we were growing up, our capacities changed. We grew mature, and we grew a little bit more complex, sophisticated, and we see through these fairy tales, and we see through these stories. Our capacity have changed. And I wouldn't say that changes for the better or for the worse, but at least it changed. So our teachers are now going to teach us and guide us differently. And that makes sense, okay? So that's what we talked about the last time. Now we're going into the 12 links of causes and conditions. And this is something that we're going to be talking about, spending some time, because one session might not be enough. So the focus of this section is continuing on from previously. What are these great people doing? Okay, so what that means is, after you have reached the peak, after you have reached the apex, what are you continuing to do, right? So supposedly, we're reading the biography of a US President, Abraham Lincoln, or we're reading the biography of Albert Einstein. And after they have achieved greatness, where everybody know who they are, they have achieved the popularity that everybody knows, right? For example, Albert Einstein, founded the theory of relativity. So that's the moment, or that's the moment, that the apex, or the height of his studying, of his research. What did he do after that? What did he do with it? Right after Abraham Lincoln became the president, well, what did he do after confronted with the problems and issues after becoming the president? So those are going to be the stories after they have achieved greatness. Okay, so that's going to be the next part. It's divided into 3 parts from the sutra, and we're going to be talking about the first one. So the first part is talking about the 12 links, and it talks about the origin of suffering. We're going to get into how it ties into all of this. And then the second part is like a farmer caring for the roots of all goodness. And then anyone can do it. It's the third part. Everyone can achieve greatness. So we're going to be talking about 12 links. So after they have achieved greatness, what they have taught, what they have seen, it's almost like they see through what this world is composed of. And they're able to come back to the people and share with them and teach them. This is what I went through, and this is what I would want you to learn. This is what I would want you to know. And this is going to help you a great deal. If I've gone through a journey from Malaysia to Taiwan, and that was my first time coming to Taiwan, and I got here on the airplane at Taoyuan airport. Well, how do I get from Taoyuan to Hualien with all these luggage, with all the very small things, right? So you go through this, you know, what do you do with your big luggage? Where to get a cart? If you're hungry, where do you buy things? Where are some of the shopping centers you want to go? And how do you get to the airport transit? How do you get to the train station? How do you find the right ticket to get to Hualien? And how do you get to the abode? That's the journey that you have just gone through, and you have very deep, you record all the very important details. So you take the video, you take the pictures, so then you have a very important path. You walk through it, and you know all the things, and then you share with other people who you know for sure will be hitting these problems, because they will be coming here too, and they will be hitting these problems that you did, but you found the answers already, so you're going to share with them. That's exactly what these great people did. After they have learned, after they have made the vow, after they have gained such sageness, such the peacefulness, the truthfulness of their mind and their heart, after they have gotten there, they come back, look at their notes, and they begin to think about, well, other people are for sure going to go through these paths, and they are going to hit the very same problems that I hit too, right? The same thing. I got to Taoyuan airport and I didn't know where to go. There were so many signs, I didn't know where. So then you take pictures of each and you tell them that you should go this path, not the other path, because you belong to this group. And you tell everybody. So when there is doubt, suppose not everybody goes through airports all the time. Not everybody goes to, understand all the signs, and not all the signs are intuitive. Sometimes the sign says this, but you're believing in a different way. I mean, it happens all the time. That's why people get lost. And so you take a picture and you tell people, go through this, and then you're going to get to the second part, right? So it's a very detailed step-by-step teaching and guidance so that you know where to go. You know how to get there. Because I know that I got here, and I know I hit many problems. So I know that if you're going to do the same thing as I did, You're going to hit the same roadblocks. Maybe you're smarter, maybe you're wiser, but regardless, I walked through and I got this experience. I'm going to share with you. Even if you're wiser, it's still good to know that this is the path you want to go, and there might be some things you need to be prepared for. For example, you need to have some cash on hand. For example, when do you need to have your passport out, and when you don't need your passport out? You want to secure it in a place, so you don't want to hold it, in your back pocket. And where are the places you have to be careful for? Where's a place where you might not be able to find, a good seat? So if you're traveling with certain mobility issues, like you're walking slowly, and there are things you need to watch out for. So these are the things that the sages have gone through. The great people of the past have gone through. Now they're coming back and sharing with you the problems you might hit. And that's exactly what the sages did. They're coming back to share with us that after analyzing, they said that there are 12 stages where you might hit problems. There are 12 stages that you might actually get hit with some difficulties. So you can see the 12 stages, from check-in from getting off the airplane all the way to Hualien. There are 12 different challenges and difficulties that you might be seeing. So I'm going to tell you ahead of time so that you can prepare for this, so that you know when the next one is coming up. When you go to a different country, you probably are the most nervous. If you're going to a different country with different language, you're going to be thinking, oh, what am I going to say? Which stop, which location do I need to prepare certain things? Like if you go into a different country, they're going to ask you, well, where are you going to be staying? How long are you going to be staying for? And what is your purpose? The purpose of a visit, right? And how should you answer? If somebody already gone through this, they will share with you, this is what you say. This is the address you need to have on hand so that you can report to them, so you can write it down. This is the purpose you want to share. This is the target destination you want to tell them. That's all prepared for you, so that you don't have to fumble through your things and look for the address of the abode. You don't have to share with them, oh, so what is the purpose of my visit? You share with them about Dharma Master, and then they don't really want to listen to this, right? So these are the things that somebody had gone through, and then they share with you. So same thing. Somebody has gone through many, many reincarnations of life. They have gone through all these very fine, the very fine details of life. And they have organized what they have gone through. They organize their knowledge to share with you that at certain times in your life, at certain times on your journey, you're going to hit some problems. You're going to hit some issues that you might not know how to answer. Well, fear not. I'm going to give you the answers. I'm going to give you what these challenges and difficulties are, and I'm going to give you what are my answers. Now, you can change accordingly, or you can just use mine. And that's exactly what, in this section, we're going to be talking about, the 12 links. That's exactly what the great people of the past are trying to help us with. I'm going to tell you what you're going to be seeing, and I'm going to tell you what I did to get through, and you can use that for your consideration. Do you want to do the same? Or do you want to do something different now that you know the question is? Okay? So that's what the 12 causes, the 12 links are. And so see life clearly, right? They have already, through many incarnations, through many iterations of life, they understand and they see it clearly, at least clearer than us. They can see clear, more clear than what we can see. We are clouded in our judgment because of the greed, all these afflictions that cause us to be clouded. These sages, due to the past sessions that we talked about, have already achieved being able to see their lives for what they are very clearly. And they're not getting attached remember we talked about it, that their decisions were free from attachment. So it's very objective, that they're very understanding of all the things around them, so that they're able to make the right choices. They're able to distinguish the right from the wrong, the black from the white. They're able to tell. Okay, so that's how they're able to proceed. So 12 links. What is 12 links, right? It's a self-exploration. So once again, it's like a roadmap. The same way that I always bring back to our analogy, right? This is the first time you're coming to Taiwan, and you're taking your family, and supposedly you have the most experience in international travel. So you're guiding your family on how to get to Hualien. So for somebody who's never been here before, there's still it's safer. It's better if you have some guide, somebody who has been here before, and tell you, holding your hand, taking you step by step, right? So these are the 12 steps that you want to do. Get off the plane, you see the sign, you want to line up here, you want to have your passport ready, you want to do this, you want to do this, you want to do that, right? And then there are going to be scenarios where if you've been here before, you can apply for this, and then there's a much speedier entrance. If you didn't come here before, it's okay. You go through this line. It's a little bit longer wait, but you're still going to get in, no problem. But both cases, you need to have your passport out. You need to have your boarding pass. You need to be ready, right? So somebody is telling you ahead of time what this is, right? So this is something that's a self-check. Do you have your passport ready? Do you have your boarding pass ready? Do you have all the important information ready? Like, they're going to be asking you, what is the purpose of a visit? They're going to be asking you, where are you going to be staying for the time that you're here? They're going to be asking you, how long are you going to be staying? All these things you need to be prepared. So this is a checklist of the things that you should be prepared for, because that's going to be coming up, right? So keep tracking of all these things. Keep understanding of all these things. Then you will be able to understand, oh, so this is what it is, right? So the 12 links. Okay, let me go. This is a different example, okay? So 12 links of causes and conditions. And today we're just gonna have enough time to quickly go through them one round, the first round, right? So the 12s are, let me just have them up here. So the first is ignorance. Now, this is a link. That means from 1, you're linked to 2. It's very similar to what we talked about, that you get off the plane. The first step is you're going to be going through the gateway, right? The gates. You're going to be exiting, and which way do you go? You see the signs. You see many people walking back and forth. Which way do you go, right? So 1 leads to 2, just like the first step will lead you to the second step. Okay, so 12 links of causes and conditions. It also tells you that you see life as is. How did we end up here? So we backtrack, we trace back, right? So we go from the beginning. How do we go from getting off the airplane 1 step at a time so that eventually we get to Hualien? Same thing. We are here in our life, so we backtrack all the things that leads up to this point, and all the way at the origin, the very first part is ignorance. So that's ignorance, that's affliction that started all these suffering. So the first is ignorance, and then the second one is volitional formation. These are very ideas or terminology that we don't usually see, that we don't see very often. The third is consciousness. The fourth is name and form. The fifth one is 6 entrances. The 6 is contact, then feeling, craving, grasping, becoming. Finally, we have birth, aging, illness, and death. Now, these are the 12 causes, 12 links of causes and conditions. Each one of these links to the next one. And the 12th one links to the first and the second. It goes back in the circle. So this is what you would have in a circle, in a cycle like this. That's what you would have. 1 leads to 2, to 3, to 4, to 5, all the way to 12, and then come back to 1 again. And it's like a clock, right? It runs like a clock, and it looks like a clock, and it is a clock, because that's exactly how our life is, right? Our life is on time, it's on the clock. So it goes through 1 through 12, and it comes back again. Just like it starts from midnight, and it goes to noon, and it comes back to 1 o'clock again, and it goes to midnight. It goes round and around. That's why it's the 12 links. And the causes becomes the conditions becomes the causes, the effects becomes the cause, and the cause becomes the effect. And that's what this link is about. So once again, we're going to be talking about this in our future sessions. We're going to be getting into the 12 links of causes and condition. And what we're talking about here is that all these people, the great sages of the past, they have gone through the life. They have many, many times reincarnation, and they come back and they remember what they learned. And then they look back and they say, well, let me build a roadmap so that people know where they usually falter, right? This is the spot. Oh, you always, and I remember this, right? You get off the airplane, the gate that you get out, there's always going to be a restroom, and that restroom is always going to be packed, right? So I'm going to tell you, as a traveler expert, that if you don't need to go right away, don't go there, right? You go down further, there's going to be a restroom where there's nobody there, right? So go there instead, right? If you take another 30 meters, there's going to be another one there. So that's the expert opinion, right? Somebody gone through already. So this is exactly what happened. After these sages got their experience, they look back and then they tell you where you're going to falter. And I'm going to tell you, don't make the same mistakes, because you're going to falter. You're going to try to pick that, and don't do that, okay? So that's the 12 links of causes and conditions, and we're grateful for the sages of the past to share this with us, and now this knowledge is passed down to us, and now we're sharing with all of you. That's what the teaching is, and we're going to pick this up next time. Thank you all, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Joe, for these wonderful, great insights. For somebody who has taken the journey and then coming back to share with us how we can transform into a better version. And then I think it's coming back to tell or to share with others how you too can become a better version. That's what the sages have done in return again and again to tell us how it's done. So very grateful once again to Brother Joe for the wonderful, great insights of the Sutra of Infinite Meanings. And before we move on to the next session, I would like to invite all the brothers and sisters to join us for a group photo with Brother Joe Huang, whom I believe will be leaving us after this. Kan? So if we may have all our brothers and sisters who is able to switch on your video so that we can take a group photo with Brother Joe. Right? And Sister Effie is helping us to take the picture. Oh, Sister Effie is not here. It's okay. I'll take the picture then. Just give me a minute. All right. Okay, for those of you who can. Okay. All right. Kan, it's done. And thank you so much once again to Brother Joe Huang. Kan. All right. We shall move on to the next session, which is question and answer with Brother David Liu.
Yeah, sorry,
Who I
sister,
believe
please
is
wait
not
for a
here
while.
yet. Okay.
I think there's some confusion because earlier on, I think we put there was I think we mentioned 7:40 lah, but because in between one of the sharers couldn't turn up, so we moved it to 7. But Brother David, okay, he's coming in now lah. I think he still referred to the old message. 没有看到新的 message.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Okay.
But he's
So that
joining
means
now.
we have extra time, Sister Xiaoqing.
We have extra time. Yeah.
In this time, maybe Sister Xiaoqing, would you like to say something? Or if Brother Joe Huang is still around, maybe we can still listen to more of Brother Joe.
Yeah.
Or if
Brother
brothers
Joe
and
will be
sisters have any questions, you take the opportunity to ask Brother Joe if you all have any questions.
Yeah, let me try to get back to Brother David. See anything?
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
While
I'll be
waiting for
here.
Brother David.
Right. I'll be here until Brother David gets here.
Sure. So maybe Brother Joe, you would like to further enlighten us, Gaten?
Okay. If there's anything that anybody would like to share, you can simply raise your hand, and we'll definitely have a wonderful opportunity to listen to you. If not, we'll just take this opportunity to share what's happened recently. So yesterday was the ceremony where the two universities combined. So yesterday we have the ceremony where Tzu Chi University and the Tzu Chi University of Technology and Science and Technology formally combined into one. And so I think there were some moments in there where I believe that it's not something that we foreseen before, but it's something that we just have to do. And what does that mean? I'm sure that more than 35 years ago, when the hospitals were being built, 1986 was the year that our hospital was completed, and then during the time, Master was already thinking about having a school, having the medical school to be able to cultivate and to be able to have these educate these future doctors as medical students. And while that's happening, I think that Master's vision has always been that university, right? A university here in Taiwan requires at least 3 colleges, right? It's a combination of 3, is it 3 or 4 colleges to be able to form into a university. And at the time, I remember that not remember back then, but I remember hearing these stories, was that out of all these colleges, the most difficult one was the medical college. And so Master has the vision. Master wanted the final vision, the final piece of all these things is having the university. Everything was sort of the stepping stone, right? The part of the milestone to get there, right? So many people ask Master that, if that's your goal, if the end goal is having a university, then you should think about getting there in steps, right? So the first step is maybe having first college, 2 colleges, 3 colleges, and then eventually forming university, right? So you take this by step, right? Obviously, if you want to go to, if you want to have a good job, then this is the first step you do, second step you do, right? That's very normal. And Master understands this, right? Understanding that there are going to be different pieces that you need to have before finally being able to get to the university level. But Master chose the very hardest path to be the first path, right? Many people said, well, trying to have medical college first, College of Medicine first, is the most difficult part, the most difficult college out of all colleges that you want to form. Here in Tzu Chi, here in Hualien, maybe it's easier if you start with College of Social Science or Humanities, right? Not even Science and Technology, because people don't come here for science, right? People don't come to Hualien for science. So if you want to have a college, let's start with something that's easier, where if you're talking about humanities, if you're talking about social science, if you're talking about, social charity, these things, you already have 40 years of experience at the time, right? 30 plus years of experience at the time. And you would be an authority in this area. So you should start from there. But Master didn't think that. Master thinks that right now, I don't just need a university. I need a school where I can begin to educate the future doctors, because these future doctors are going to need, we're going to have to revolutionize this entire field of medicine, where the doctors are going to be thinking not about the diseases they're treating, but they're going to be thinking about the patients that they're treating. So you're not treating a disease, you're treating the patient. That's how it all started, right? So in our normal minds, we would be thinking, if the end goal is very, very far away, let's break it into steps. And maybe the first step is the easiest step. It's called baby steps, where we feel that we could do this. Gaining momentum, right? Gaining expertise, right? Gaining momentum, gaining expertise, gaining the experience, and gaining that acknowledgement that we're on the right track, right? People see that you're doing this, and then they are acknowledging it, and then they're giving you more support, right? But if the very first step is the hardest, not only are you going to be very difficult to start with, you didn't have any experience of running a school, but you're already going with the hardest. You didn't have any sort of support, not yet anyway. So it's going to be very, very difficult. But Master chose that path, the hardest path, because that goes in line with her objective and goal. And I see Brother David is on, so thank you. And then so that's something that we can learn from. Thank you, Brother David, and we're gonna segue into Brother David's sharing.
Wrong time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brother Joe Huang, for filling in the time while we await for Brother David Liu. A very good morning, Brother David.
Morning. We made the wrong time slot. I suppose 7:20. I'm waiting.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very sorry. Apologies.
Sorry.
Time slot always changing. Need to update. I'm very sorry.
We're very grateful that Brother David Liu can make it even on a short notice. That we're able to get to this session today.
Okay.
Brother David, we have 3 to 4 questions today, and our session is
our time slot until when?
It's until 7:45.
But we are also quite flexible actually today, because Brother David is the
okay. 7:45 okay.
no pressure, no pressure.
Yeah, we can extend the timing, not to worry. Okay.
Okay.
So we're very grateful once again to Brother David for joining us today on the Q&A session.
Okay.
And we look forward to receive your guidance. And shall I start the PowerPoint now, or Brother David, you want to update us with something?
No, it's okay. Let's start.
Okay. 好。
You read the question, right?
Okay, I'll read the question. First question. One of the 10 precepts is no lying, no flattery, no harsh speech, and no gossip. But if one has the habit of telling the truth, perhaps cultivated over many lifetimes, being very straightforward and direct, yet end up hurting people. Question: how does one balance between upholding precepts and not hurting people?
Okay.
And for this question,
okay, this is the difficult point that we want to learn in our life. In Chinese, we say must keep balance. 中庸之道啊, that said by Confucius, right? Not right side, not left side, not front side, not the rear side. Okay, always keep in the middle. 中庸之道. This is the living philosophy. For the Buddhism, same. The Buddha tell us, or the Master Ching tell us, always like this, no. Not over, not less. Same on this question. Okay. If you want to be a human, it's not easy, because you understand, when the people, they give the sharing, right, we can easily to see in our group, sometimes the volunteer give sharing, right? If the person He speaks straightforward. Somebody will take, this guy is very 怎么样？真情流露啊。I don't know how to translate by English. This saying is from her heart. That's why he speaks so straightforward, right? Somebody will good understanding. This volunteer is very emotional, right? What she talk is from his heart. We can good understanding. And some people cannot give good understanding. They misunderstanding. This guy who give the sharing too straightforward. That's why I heard the people. Same words, same sharing, but different people listen. It's different of result, right? So for avoiding this kind of problem happen, of course we have to teach the people, the listener. When you listen to other people sharing or teaching everything, you must keep very objective. Okay, but also the other hand, we also have to teach the speaker. When you want to give sharing, you want to speak to the people, you have to be very careful, right? Maybe you don't have this mean, but the listener will make misunderstanding. So this we call the wisdom of the language. 在我们in 慈济 group, we also want ourselves keep vigilant, always keep cautious, because one sentence will let the people smile. One language will let the people jump in, right, shout, and one thing will let the people 气死掉啊, very angry to death, right? So must be very careful. So like this, the question is say, one of the precepts is low lying, no flattering, no harsh speech. Yes, but sometimes some people, he is very just you said, he has the habit of telling the truth. As long as this the truth, he want to speak out. This is right, but depends on the occasion. Like me also, this is the truth. I want to tell the truth to the people, but you have to see 人缘时缘地缘 the human affinity. You have considered about the human affinity, value convenience affinity.
The person. The person, the place, and the time.
When you want to talk to the people, you have to see the people you want to talk to. What is his affinity? What is his state? Right? He can accept or not. Right? If I say so, he can accept or not. You have to know in advance before you want to talk to him. For me to say, if I want to share with you, the way I want to share also, if you cannot accept, because I know you are very stubborn already. Right? Even some people tell you how to do, you never accept. If I like this, if I know this guy has this character, even I tell him the truth, he cannot accept. I won't say. Because if the language, if the sharing you give, the people cannot accept, better don't share. 也就是说，一句话你讲的别人他不想听，他也没兴趣听。He don't want to listen. He doesn't have the interest to listen. Then I don't want to talk to him. Even you tell him the truth, he will take it as the gossip. Because Master Ching say, 有缘说话是真理的。If I have good affinity with you, what I talk is the truth. If I don't have the good affinity with you, even I tell you the truth, you take it as the gossip. That's why the affinity is very important. 有缘说话是真理 right? So if I know I don't have this so good affinity with this guy, if I talk to him will be very light to make sure my language won't hurt him. Under this condition, I cannot say too many truths. Just like one juice to put so many water, right? 吃不好也医不死啦 right? Cannot cure, but also cannot hurt him. So this become useless and also waste our time. But no way, because this is the philosophy in the human relationship. So okay, then we to the point now. How does one balance between upholding precepts and not hurting the people? So you must know this secret. Keep balance. You speak straightforward, it's good, because in Buddhism we say 直心是道场啊，直心啊 straightforward is the resolve. 它是个道心的 resolve. This is a good thing. Keep our heart straight. This is a good thing for cultivation. But if your language is too straightforward, this is not good. You know, you have to see whom you are talking to. If the guy you are talking to is very good of this resolve, he can accept all the suggestions or comments. No problem. You talk straightforward to him. He appreciates what you share with him. But if he is not this guy, if you are too rude, too straightforward, and he feel not good, then better don't say. So this is the thing we have to learn in Su Ching. Not always you think what you say is the truth, then you can tell everybody. No. Like Master Ching Yen, you can see very, very obviously. Sometimes the foreign volunteer team come back to abode, right? For us, for me also, I know some serious problem, something serious in this branch office, overseas branch office. I feel the team come back to meet Master. I think Master will be talking to him or reminding him them, right, how to improve your Su Ching affairs, right? But no, Master know those volunteers in overseas very well, and must also know the person in charge of this branch office very well as well, because if Master talk to him straightforward, this will let those team feel very unhappy. So in this condition, Master will encourage them. Moreover, to praise them. That's why Master always teach us. When somebody praise us, you have to remind yourself. 赞叹当警惕，不是吗？ When somebody praise you, you have to remind yourself. You have to keep vigilant, right? 赞叹当警惕嘛。So in this case, Master cannot talk them straightly, no. Because Master want to protect their wisdom life. But Master teach the disciple, the 长途师父啊。Master teach 长途师父 is not like this way, always straightforward. Because you are the 出家众了，那怎么讲？这个在家叫 monastic 嘛，对不对
The monastic.
？monastic 是在家不是吗？出家
monastic 是不是出家啊？在家是
So Master Ching Yen, if she want to teach the monastic, our Changzhu Shifu. Close the door. The volunteer cannot enter. Because what Master said will be very straightforward. 你看着你会怕，我很 Master 经验呢 ，show her face 呢 very 怎么讲严肃啊 ，the face 啊 ，you feel very scared, you know. But this is the
Very
way.
stern. Yeah, very stern. Master is stern with the monastics.
Yeah. So in this case, it's different from Master Ching face talk to us different because we are the
Householder.
householder. We are householder, not monastic. So Master know our resolve is not as strong as the monastic. So when the Master talk to us, teach us, must be very soft, right? Even you have something happen very serious, also Master Ching still praise you, encourage you, you know. But to the monastic is completely different because of few times already, I say on the side when Master teach the monastic, so straightforward, 很严厉啊。For us to say, wow, Master Ching didn't give face to the monastic, you know, even not, she didn't give the face to them, you know. Master Ching doesn't care. As long as you make mistake, then teach you very straightforward, like this. So, in all, if we have the habit to tell the truth, but not always what you know you share, what you know you want to talk to the people. No, you have to see the occasion, see the people, to see whom you are talking to. Yeah, this is also a kind of wisdom, right? Without hurting the people.
Right.
So, okay.
Okay. 感恩 so much, Brother David, for the very detailed explanation and guidance. 对. So meaning in summary, we have to first determine the person, whether the person is ready to accept what we want to say. And it also depends on the affinity that we have with this person. Yeah. And then the time and the space that we are in. So I think one thing I remember, righteous mind is always good. But to use that out the speech on others, we must be very mindful. Okay.
So if we don't understand the situation, just talk what we want to talk. This we call 糊里糊涂啊。
糊里糊涂。
糊里糊涂
is confused, is it?
Foolish.
叫做白目啊，白目啊，白目啊。福建话讲白目啊。
Polish, sorry, Sister Michelle.
Foolish.
Oh, foolish. Okay. If not, we'll become very foolish. Yes.
没有看对象说话。
Yeah.
没有看对
That
象
means
说话。
we don't understand who we are talking to. Yeah.
Yeah.
We must understand. Yeah.
Yeah. You must know this guy very well. Then decide how you want to talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like a good example, Brother David give us about how Master talked to 在家, the monastic and also the householder. It's very different. Yeah.
Even not monastic. Master Ching talk to me. The way is different from talk to the other volunteer. Because I'm senior already, right?
Yeah.
Master Ching no need to take care of my mood. Since you follow me long time already, right? You make mistake, I will directly talk to you. No turn. 没有转弯的。Same. So Master Ching teach us also see the guy who she want to talk to, you know.
Talk to. Yeah.
Yeah.
好.
Okay.
Can we move on to the next question? Okay, this next question also. Okay, this question 2 is in the recent 法相陈宗启请法相 episode 1589, Master say, if our resolve or 道心 is not awakened, we will not have the strength to practice and advance. I have made vows and successfully carried them out, yet one vow remains unfulfilled due to my own limitations or tendencies. Question: How can I awaken my resolve to strengthen my practice to fulfill these vows?
OK，
就是说他有发愿过，也有successfully carry out 他的愿 ，but 有一个愿还没有 fulfill。Yeah. So is this related to the 道心
but she
that
didn't
is not awakened?
mention about which one remains unfulfilled. Right? Okay, this is not the key point. Okay, for which one she hasn't unfulfilled. The problem is must know how to make progress in learning Buddhism. You must know the principle and the way how to do it, because we know there are so many wondrous Dharma. Which one is we need to uphold? Very important. So now, let me share with you. If you want to make progress for learning Buddhism, you must know the process. 它的过程啊 know the process. 自修 self cultivation. Okay, 共修 like this time, like this 读书会 we the studying class. Okay, 共修、自修、共修、渐修 gradually, keep regularly, day by day, month by month, non-stop, keep consistent. Okay, 自修、共修、渐修 gradually then you will be enlightened. You have to ask yourself whether not only these reading class, besides this reading class, are you hard learning by yourself at home when you are alone? Okay, okay, you join this reading class also not enough. This only once a month only, 30 days a month, but you are only being diligent one day only, or a few days only, not enough. That's why we say they are the same very good. They say 用法跟用兵的道理是一样的。用法怎么讲？用法英文怎么讲
applying the Dharma. Applying the Dharma.
Okay, 应用对 good. Applying the Dharma and 用兵 applying the troops, the army.
The army.
用法跟用兵
The principle are the same.
Yes, the principle is the same. Even this army, they don't join the fighting. They don't have fighting. They don't join the war. But they still have keep training every day, right?
Training.
Yeah, they still have to keep the training every day. Because 养兵千日啊，用于一朝。这个英文我不会讲了。
You need to train the army to be ready for the war, or to be ready for the.
You train the army, maybe 1,000 days, no use. You don't use. But at least you have to get the training every day, right? Same. 法可以千日不用的。Buddha Dharma, maybe we don't use 1,000 days. But you must keep learning every day. Keep preparing every day, right? Otherwise, we will be 临时抱佛脚啊。Something happens, something emergent. You need to 只能抱佛脚啦。
Emergency.
Yeah, when emergency happens, you have the way to solve, to face. But this one principle, you have to prepare in normal days. Okay. So this volunteer, she asked, still have one vow remain unfulfilled. This is still good, only one vow remain unfulfilled. So many people is many vows never fulfilled. Right? Still good. But the process I say is very important.
Mm.
The key point for our learning Buddhism is not focused on the result. It's on the process. Because the result for learning Buddhism to say is that it flow naturally. Let it be, right? 佛法讲因缘呐。Although we are so hardworking to do the volunteer, but we never care about the result. No need to care. Because the people who care the result, you get the afflictions. Right? Because the result is not the key point for us for learning Buddhism. The key point is the process. Like Kuala Lumpur office, Kuala Lumpur City branch office. Many overseas volunteer, even the headquarters here, they see, wow, 雪龙分会啊 KL branch office, wow, they done the affinity very successful, right? Even their 30 years anniversary, so many people come to join. Wow, so strong, so powerful, right? But only the people in Kuala Lumpur, we know before this achievement, before this result, how much time for so many volunteers, how much time they are very mindfulness, they're very mindful and very energetic and put so many time before the activity, right? Then you can get the successful result. But this not many people knows. Because the process is the cause. 因缘果报嘛, cause and effect. The process for learning Buddhism to say the process is the cause. The result is effect. As long as you have the mindful process, then you will get the good result. Okay, we cannot say result not important, but result only for Buddhism to say it's only a effect. 它只是个果啦。对，那菩萨我们讲菩萨为因嘛。The Bodhisattva,
Bodhisattva,
the
talk
Bodhisattva
about causes.
care about the
Causes.
Bodhisattva and the process.
Fear of the causes.
But the ordinary human care about the effect.
The effect.
Right? Because if you cultivate the cause, of course you will get the good effect. So that's why the Bodhisattva they care about the cause only. They don't care about the result. Because as long as they know they have good cause, then they will get the good effect. But the ordinary is different. Only care about the result. How much fund you raise, how many people you recruit. Always care about the result. Result is only a skillful means. 只是个方便法，世间法。The process is the true Dharma. This is the key point for learning Buddhism, the process. As long as we tell us we have to do mindfully, we have to be very accurate to prepare the activities. Then what will be the result? Don't care. Don't care means that don't care doesn't mean even bad. We don't care. No, we have confidence. We have the good process. Then the result must be very good. This mindset is very different from the private sector business. Different. The private business, they only care about the result. I must make money. What way to do is not important. I must make money. Right? That's why so much efficiency to do the business. Right? Even the process, you are so mindful, you put so many energy. But if you don't make money, this make no sense for him to say, because he need to make money to keep the sustainable development, right? So for Buddhism, for cultivation, the concept is different. Yeah. So she asked, can I awaken my resolve to strengthen my practice? Okay, just use the right way and keep consistent, non-stop. 自修、共修、渐修, eventually you will enlighten yourself. Like me also. Because I have the live broadcast, right? So I have to force myself to learn, to read so many things, because I need so many contents for this live broadcast. So I force myself, must learn, must see so many things I have to learn. So my 自修的时间非常多了。I'm alone. When I'm alone, I need to listen so many things. Now I also have to participate affinity. This we call the 共修. Enter the mass, enter the crowd, and to verify what I think and what I see, what I do in the crowd. 印证的 they are 相通的. I enlighten myself already. This Buddhism. So in Tzu Chi to say, we are not studying Buddhism. We are not studying Buddhism. We are practicing Buddhism. Yeah. 我们不是在研究佛理，我们是在实践佛法。Implementation is very important. But self-cultivation is also important. Self-cultivation and implementation in the crowd. And keep consistent. In the long run, eventually you will awaken. 哦，原来如此啊，来，OK.
How very good. Think for the person who was
Very
give us this
detailed.
question, I hope that the Brother David's advice, for us to not focus on the result, which is the effect or the fruits, but rather immerse ourselves mindfully in the process. All the time planting the good pure causes. So long we plant the pure causes mindfully through self-cultivation and group cultivation, eventually 渐渐的 through this power of accumulation, it will be strengthened. The practice will be strengthened. 是吗？
Okay.
好。
Okay. One thing very important. You don't need to worry about which vow I haven't fulfilled.
Okay.
You don't need to worry about this result. You just worry about whether you can learn. You can self-cultivation every day. You keep learning every day. 文法 and whether you always join activity close to the group, to the people, right? And keep consistent.
Keep consistent.
Then you will enlighten.
好，感恩 Brother for the wonderful guidance. Truly wisdom guidance. 好，下一个 next one. Next one is, in my limited understanding, Maitreya Bodhisattva is currently residing and teaching in Tusita heaven, awaiting the causes and conditions to manifest as the final Buddha in the Bhadrakalpa. Master has said heaven is not a good place to cultivate wisdom due to enjoyment of great blessings. This sister or brother hopes that Brother David can help her understand or reconcile these two statements that seem contradictory. And
six ring, 你们讲6到6 ring 是吧
？6 realm 对。
6 ring 还是 real？
6 realms。
怎么拼？
6道
How to spell?
6 realms.
How to spell?
REALM. Realm.
Realm. Okay.
Realm.
Okay.
Yeah.
In this 6 realm, accept the 人道啊
human realm.
the human realm, and accept the human realm. The other 5 realm cannot attain Buddhahood. Attain Buddhahood. That's why释迦牟尼佛
Sakyamuni Buddha.
he attained Buddhahood in the human realm. The heaven is to enjoy, so hard to learn Buddhism. In the hell, too torturing, no chance to learn Buddhism. Of course, cannot attain Buddhahood. So only in the human realm is the best place to cultivate wisdom. 人间好修行啊 That's why we call this is humanistic Buddhism. 人间佛教啊。印顺导师也讲啊，Master Ching is Master， 印顺导师的啊，他说这个成佛在人间呐，attain Buddhahood in human realm. So you can see Master Ching Yen, when she give the teaching to in TV or to the volunteer, very few she mentioned about the Mitriya 对吧？弥勒佛了哈，
弥勒佛对，
whether he give teaching in the Siddha heaven 斗率天呐，对不对？and 什么那个阿弥陀佛he is in the Pure Land, Western Pure Land, right? So for Master Ching Yen to say, because our way for cultivation is the 菩萨道
Bodhisattva path.
我们是菩萨道修行。Attain Buddhahood in the human realm. So we have talked very practical. We have talked very practical. Only in the human realm. Even the Buddhists, some Buddhists, different school, they mention about 西方极乐世界的，有没有
？Western Pure Land.
Western Paradise. or Oriental Glaze Pure Land. 西方琉璃、东方琉璃净土啊，有没有？both Western side or Eastern side or Oriental side. This is not the real thing. Because from east side you see is the west. From west side you see is the west. So where is real place, real direction? So Master Ching Yen teach us, although the sutra say, okay, what Buddha in which place, right?弥勒佛 in which place? So many Buddha in different place. That is only the 怎么样？那个叫做什么？心灵的 is only a spiritual heaven.
Spiritual state.
它只是个心灵境界。There are so many Eastern side, Western side, every side full of the Buddha, right? And that paradise very beautiful. Wow, the sutra say, wow, even the 那个流水啊 the running water, also the 佛号，对不对？ Even the people, they score each other. It become a 佛号。Wow, this stage is very beautiful, but must remind us all 这个什么 all different heaven is a spiritual state.
Spiritual state.
Because everything is created by our mind.
Mm.
True or not?
Yes.
This is the key sentence.
Mm.
For Buddhism to say everything is created by our mind. So everybody's mind can create so many different states.
Mm.
See people is the ghost. That means your mind is ghost the mind.
Mm.
Right? If your mind is Buddha mind, see everybody is a Buddha. Everybody. So Master said it's very important. It's very important in what is our mind. Our mind can create all the different states. The state is in our mind, not in outside. As long as we keep this principle, we remember this principle, then we can keep the point. That's all.
Mm.
Okay. So no contradictory. No. The outside state is the same as our inner mind, because our inner mind create the outside state. You see, it's outside. Actually, your inside. It's the phenomenon from your inside. So this is non-contradictory. From our mind is very practical and very real. Outside is only a false statement, 假象。我们的自信才是真相 ，true，才是 true state。这样各位懂吗？
The inner state is the true state.
Yes, the outside state is false state. It's only a phenomenon, and this phenomenon is coming from your inner state. So that's why we say everything created by your mind. Clear? Right?
Right.
Okay. Finish.
Okay. So, in my limited understanding, okay, like Master always say, focus on the Buddha within, right? So whatever we learned, for example, like this, Maitreya Bodhisattva is in Tusita heaven.
Yeah.
Yes, we understand that, right? But the most
No
important, yeah.
But
Just
actually,
like, yeah, there
no
are
need
many
to study.
statues, many appearances, many forms. But what's most important is developing or uncovering the Buddha within. Sama.
Yeah.
In the human realm.
So remember one thing. For Su Ching, Bodhisattva path emphasize on practicing Buddhism instead of studying Buddhism. Okay? This is a key principle. 我们是在实践佛法 not 研究佛理。
So one is the knowledge. We have this knowledge, but what's more important is to cultivate the wisdom. And the wisdom must be cultivated by ourselves.
Yeah, can take it as a knowledge, but you don't
this
spend
is a
time.
knowledge.
You don't need to spend time to study those Buddhism. Yeah, you better take action to go into the crowd to join the activity. Then
and verify the Dharma.
Yeah, and find the Dharma. Yeah, and you come back to reflect yourself, to cultivate yourself. That's a very simple, but not easy to carry out. Right?
Yeah. How?
Okay.
How?
See you next time.
感恩 so much, Brother David. I think the time now, I'm mindful, is already 7:53. So, would you like to, can you take one more question, or would you like to keep this for, we take one more question, yeah? I think this is very important. We just got this question.
I was waiting for Taipei, 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay. This is a spare question, actually. So if brother is okay, we can proceed with this one. What are the activities that we can do daily to be more mindful more compassionate, and with a broader mindset, to broaden our mindset. Yeah, wow. More mindful, more compassionate, and broader mindset. 这个是last minute 加进去的 ，Brother David，不好意思，如果
在哪里？
OK 吗？
对，你打错看，你打错看看。
哎，对，
Let me know 的，你打出来我看看。
就是说
或者你用中
他是，
啊，你讲中文我看看，我直接
就是
跳比较快。
说我们有什么活动呢？每一天的活动在慈济了，应该是给我们更加用心，然后更加有慈悲心，然后也更加宽阔的心。more
对
用心，more 慈悲心，and more 宽阔的心。什么活动可以让我们每一天来学习更用心、更
You
慈
have
悲？
Malaysia volunteer has good affinity and good opportunity because the way you are using is very true Dharma. It's very true Dharma. Always follow Master Ching Yen's the principle and the
teachings.
mentor. Yeah, so you're lucky, but not all the branch office like this because the core team of Kuala Lumpur branch office, they always listen to masters reminding. So the way you are using 是很如法的. That's why the volunteer in Malaysia, it grow up very fast. Always on the right track. This is very important. Because the core team in Kuala Lumpur, they always follow master's instructions. This is very important because 依教奉行. Since you have a very good master, you don't need to make everything make all the decisions by yourself or by a small team or by a single one person. No, you ask the headquarters. We have responsibility to tell all the branch office the right way to do Su Ching, right? Not only do the good deeds, you have to use the good Dharma, right Dharma, right? So many activities undergoing, but you have to make sure the right Buddha Dharma you are using is correct. Not any one single person or a small group decision or mindset. Even the core team or the person in charge, okay, or the CEO or deputy CEO, the way you are very sure the way you are using is very correct, 100% correct. For me to say, I want to ask again. Maybe the good way you are using is correct. But if you are very humble to learn, you want to ask headquarters or you want to ask the Changzhu Shifu or ask Master Ching Yen, this is the best. But now it's difficult because Master is very busy now. Unless you make sure your way using is very correct. You are very humble to ask. Maybe you can get a better reply from master. You can do much better. That's why we say 没有最好, no best, only better, right? 我们所做的事情没有最好的啦. You feel you are all the best, you don't have the room to grow up, right? We all can do better and better, non-stop. Then you can make progress in Su Ching Bodhisattva path. This kind of mindset, the CEO, the deputy CEO, the core team, they have to be grow up first. Then they can use this successful experience, passing down to all the volunteers. This is the way Kuala Lumpur branch office doing now. So you are very lucky. Right?
Okay. So what's most important is you do not have to reinvent the wheel. Make good use of the wheel. And this great wheel, yeah.
Sorry, but one in phenomenon we have to be very careful, and you have to know the secret. Where is the secret? even the branch office, the overseas branch office, they are doing the activity. The principle or the Dharma they are using, okay, not so accurate, but we cannot say not good, because the thing they are doing, it's for the people, right? The activity is helping the people. So we cannot say this is not right. This is no good. We cannot say so, right? Only the way they are using is not accurate, not 100%, same as Master Ching mindset. We only can say so, right? So sometimes Master Ching feel this branch office they are doing activity can do much better, but unlucky they don't want to ask. In terms of this condition, when they come back, Master Ching still praise them as 感恩他. Although you are not 100% listen to me, but the activity you do is very meaningful. It's helping the people, right? I still have to praise you. But for disciple to say, if you want to improve, must be keep humble to ask whether I do this, I do that, is good, or Master Ching please tell us how to do will be much better. Then this way it will make you big improvement. This very important mindset for learning Buddhism in Su Ching Buddha said, especially under Master Ching, very important. Because I see some, not only in overseas, in Taiwan also same. They do what they want to do without asking Master. Of course, the right thing, you are using the true Dharma, then even you don't ask Master Ching, no problem, right? But if it's not a very, not very accurate, not very true Dharma, then you lose an opportunity to improve, right? To grow up, you lose opportunity because the Master Ching is still here, right? He is still here, but you don't want to ask, right? That's why in Chinese we say 学问学问，有没有？学问呐，学问呐，学问呐。Learning and asking, right?
Learning.
这个人很有学问嘛，对不对？这个人很有学问呐，他 full of knowledge knowledge is
knowledgeable.
Yeah. Abundance of knowledge, right? 很有学问嘛。In Chinese, I don't know how to speak in English because 学问，有学有问。Learning
to ask questions, right?
Yeah.
Will give you the knowledge.
Learning and asking. 有学有问才会有学问。
学问哦。
只学不问就是没有学问。
So in the process of learning, we need to ask. We need to have the questions within us, right? We need to ask the questions.
You ask more. No harm to you. Right? No harm. You get more reference.
Yeah. That's why we're very grateful to have this platform, Brother David. 有学问. We are learning to ask through asking questions to Brother David.
Yeah. That's why Kuala Lumpur, the Su Ching pass is very fast, you know. Now I go to KL. I go to the community, right? Now the secretary become very smart now. From last year, I went to Malaysia 3 times already. Every time I went there, the secretary arranged me to go into the community, right? Have the heartwarming, 什么交流啊 sharing 是吧
Interaction. Heartwarming interaction.
Yeah, double way interaction. Before more than 10 years ago, when I go to the community, I always give the speeching, give the speech, give the sharing, right? But now the secretary team become very smart now. Every time I go to these 2 years, every time I go to Kuala Lumpur, I go to the community.
Mm.
The type, they change the type now. Before I went there, they already give me the question.
Mhm.
Just answer the question. The question they submit
Yeah.
is the real situation, real problem,
Yes.
real difficulties they are facing now. So I
Yes.
just go there to the point, solve the problem for them. Let them also
Mm.
have the experience. So for me to say I'm passing down my experience,
Mm.
no need to waste time. Just Q&A.
对，
So smart. Only Kuala Lumpur can do this. I have to praise them.
感恩感恩。So when we are praised, we must be more vigilant.
Right.
要当警惕，要当警惕。
Yeah.
Okay,
Indeed.
so if I may summarize this for this question is so long we are it's not just giving out of love that we are doing, but always it must come with the teachings, right? We must apply the Dharma in the activities. Yeah. So as
Right.
long as we apply the Dharma, we will naturally become more mindful, more compassionate, and develop a broader mindset.
Yeah.
是吗？
Not only one side you are learning Buddhism, right? Only the other side you have practicing Buddhism. Both sides make balance. We call 福慧双修，悲智双， right?
Blessings and wisdom.
Yeah.
Compassion and must come with wisdom as well.
If
So the
both
wisdom
sides,
comes from the teachings. Yeah.
yeah,
好
go parallel, like the railway, right? Two way
parallel.
parallel.
好
Very meaningful. Very
好
reasonable.
的，感恩 so much, Brother David, for giving us wonderful and great wisdom guidance for our questions that we have today. So I think that's all for today. And we have to end the session. It's past 8 o'clock already. I would like to invite all our brothers and sisters to switch on your video so that we can take a group photo with Brother David. Please seize the opportunity to switch on your video. And I hope that through this platform, continue to keep the questions coming, so that 我们学问就会有学问。
有学又有问，才会有学问。只学不问就没有学问。
Okay, so keep the questions coming to us. We'll be very glad to continue learning through questioning. All right, so I'll take a group photo. 好，感恩大家，感恩 Brother David
All
for
the
once
best
again
for you.
enlightening us. 感
See you
恩，
next time.
拜拜。
感恩
Okay,
next month 感恩
Mr. Su Ching, anything you want to say?
都很感恩Brother David 的，真的是多宝多学多问，真的很感恩 and everyone for the great support. We see Brother David next month, first week Saturday. 感恩啊。
好 so keep the questions coming, keep the questions coming. We're very grateful for all the questions.
Brother David 讲our problems just pass to Brother David. We got a great master here to let us fully use Brother David. 感恩。
对，多宝多宝，
多宝，我们有
Go 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 go.
Go go go, yes. 好
Diligent. Okay, bye bye.
All right, so before we go, we'd like to invite all our brothers and sisters to offer our 3 sincere bows to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Please rise. Put our palms together. First bow. Second bow. And third bow. And a bow to the abode Shifus. And感恩 everybody for joining the session. We hope everybody has gained a lot from today's session, and we look forward to seeing you again next Saturday. Cảm ơn.